everybody. That was better than it has been, so that's good. Good evening, everybody. I am CPS Punisher. We are here on this Tuesday evening edition of CPS Victims Hunting for Justice. I'm joined by a bunch of people tonight, so we'll keep this short. Look, there's a lot of buzz around the CPS business, and there's a lot of buzz around people coming out and finally standing up for what we know is right. If you've been involved with this, sorry, my cord's hanging in your face. I'll fix that in a minute. But we know that a lot of people have been affected by CPS, but there's a lot of changes that are coming to play. There's a lot of groups out there that are starting to organize and get together, and they got our full support for sure. So start looking out for satellite groups that are starting to make a difference in this movement, because they're out there and they are offering services. They're trying to get their strengths up in numbers. People are trying to do. That's why I have the Pack It Up campaign that you can get on abolishcps.com. Go there, just sign up, and it's just a list to show that we're all in solidarity together. So we can show a giant list of people when we go up and we try to make these moves, or if any other group collectively are looking for some assistance in numbers, we can do that for them. All right, that's about it for that for me. I'm sorry I'm out of little cahoots here, but I'm here tonight with the Herbert, the law enforcement guru. He's in here with us, the czar. And also we're going to continue this tonight with our guest Charles from last night to finish up. We got Charles here, and also in the back we got a voice of Melissa Hara. She's quite a known person throughout this movement. We got Melissa here, and I'm not even going to waste any time, guys. We're all out here together. What's going on? Not everybody talk at once. What's going on, guys? What do we got tonight? Herbert, how you doing, my man? Charles, you doing all right? Good? All right. Melissa, you're there, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Melissa, come on. I can see that you're talking to... Okay, there you are. All right, cool. All right, so we're
Hello,
all here.
Melissa. How are you, Melissa?
I'm good. How are you doing, Herbert?
Okay.
So check this out. So Josie went to that. I'll give this little update. But Josie, our Canadian friend, she went to her meeting today in front of all kinds of people. She gave her speech. She said that it went very well. A lot of people, the news was there, so hopefully she got out on the news a little bit and got broadcasted. I don't know if she dropped our abolishcps.com information or not, but I know it was good for her. She said that it was great. There's a lot of people that responded well to what she was saying, and they were interested in what she was saying, so that was good for her. And I just want to make sure that we got an update up about her. So Josie, if you're listening, good job, and we're proud of you here in the United States, and keep up the good work. Herbert, what do you got going on today, my man?
Oh, just waiting to talk to Charles, and also listen to Melissa's take on Charles's situation.
All right, well, hey, let's let it rip, man. Don't let me hold anybody back. What do we got going on? Hey, Herbert, you know what? You led the show yesterday. Why don't you go ahead and take it away, Pops?
Do what?
You can go ahead and take it away, man. What do you got for questions? Your show right now.
Well, I was really waiting for Charles to come on so I can talk to Charles again. And I wanted Melissa to listen. I wanted Melissa to listen to Charles, and together, Melissa and I can try to make heads and tails of Charles' situation.
Right.
Well, Herbert. Hey, Herbert, just to update you about Charles, yes. I know Charles's case inside and out. I'm the one that wrote his appeal.
Okay. So, my understanding, Charles has 9 children. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I got more than that, but yeah.
One of his kids, which was... Hey, Charles, you're on. How you doing, man?
All right.
You said you got more than 9?
Yeah, I got 14 kids, but 6 of them is still... Well, 5 of them are under the age of 18.
Okay. Okay, so we're only going to focus on the ones that are under 18.
Okay.
Because your other kids, they're all adults.
Yes, sir.
So
I'm glad of that.
okay, yeah. So what I'm trying to make heads or tails of is how. Okay, Melissa, what I said to Charles yesterday is if when his aunt said to him, "You could have the daughter back and go down to the court with and with whatever paperwork and stuff," I said that I think he blew it right there because he should have just taken his daughter back and not go to court. Because his aunt eventually passed away. Am I correct, Charles?
Yes.
Yes.
So if he didn't go down to the court with whatever,
they would have still known because she was receiving state funding on the child, so they would have known.
then they would have stopped the state funding.
Yeah, and they would have stepped in and taken the child. By filing in court, see, his was not a mandated transfer of custody. His was a voluntary transfer of custody. And under the statutes of the law, at her death, custody reverted back to him and his wife. And that is the law on it. And I quoted the statutes and I quoted the case laws. And the big screw up that they had is they have to hear the emergency hearing within 72 hours. And they cannot continue it greater than 72 additional hours. So no longer than a total of 6 days can you go without having that hearing after the removal of the child. They went like 14 days. So that was our argument to that was our argument to file the motion to demand the return so that we could then also quote the fact that the state statute clearly states that once a voluntary guardianship ceases to exist, the custody automatically reverts back to the legal biological parent.
Okay, so why are they having such a problem? What was the problem when he went? So when he went in front of the judge, that was just a formality that turned into a mess.
Yes, that was a formality that turned into an absolute mess because of the fact that the judge don't like him.
Right. We heard yesterday we heard yesterday.
Well, Darren, this judge treats him like your judge treated you.
Right. Yeah, not fair at all. I mean, even a little bit worse, where this judge clearly doesn't like the fact that he's married to a white woman. That's definitely at play here. That we found out yesterday that Charles has been involved with this judge in the past. Like, he has criminal proceedings with this judge.
Yes.
So how this judge can even rule on him right now is decided. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's not enough of a conflict to get rid of the judge. Therefore, we're going to ask that the appellate court turn it over to the circuit court.
It's not even about the conflict there. It means that this judge has been privy to arguable information in the past that could affect his current court case. It's not always about, like the conflict of interest or whatever. This guy has heard information that now they are using against him, which makes him biased. And that makes the eyes of the law, because bias doesn't mean bias towards him. Bias means that the court looks like it is lawful in the eyes of the people. That's what it means. It has nothing to do with us. And that's his bias against us. As long as the court looks like it is practicing law in a constitutional and state way, that's what the bias that they're looking for. But I do know that arguable and questionable information that's been heard by one judge and has been brought to another, which they brought up his past in his criminal case, right?
Yeah, but the same argument also goes that if I do get it turned over to the circuit judge, if I get him a rehearing in front of the circuit judge, he has previous history in front of him too. So
that's the way it's got to be. You've got to be able to recuse that. I mean, it's not fair that this guy says criminal past that they're using. Now, it'd be one thing if they weren't using it against him. But they are using this against him in this case, right? Like they're using his criminal history against him.
Not really his criminal history, just the long drawn out CPS history. They're using his wife's opioid addiction history.
Well, she doesn't really have an addiction. She's got a prescribed medication.
Right, but so, it was in a bad way before, and she did get treatment. And she got away from being, stuck on way too many prescribed medications to now, just her treatment. And she is 100% functional. She passed everything they wanted. He passed everything they wanted. He's just pissed off because he went to the court to get help for his daughter. It's just like my case. He went to the court to seek help for his daughter, and they turned around and turned it on him to make him the bad guy.
Yep, and that's not fair that they can use. So they've been through, number one, the past is his past. He's paid his penance. He's gone to jail. He's done his time. He's done his community service. Whatever he had to do, he paid for that to be taken care of. He's paid for his punishment. So by rights, the government and the way that the laws and the Bill of Rights and all of these things say is if he's paid his dues, he's good to go. He has nothing against that crime. It should be obsolete. His crimes, his past should be obsolete, just like her, with the fact that she's already been to treatment. She's obviously been released. She's been in the way that she should be. So that shouldn't matter either. They shouldn't be harassing these people. Drugs shouldn't be a topic of this case because drugs wasn't an issue in this particular case. This was, like you said, this was just a matter of the auntie died, and the way the state law says is that the custody reverts back to them. So why is CPS in their ugly midst in this?
Honestly, the judge straightforward ignored him because he was standing there without an attorney. But there ain't no court-appointed attorney that's going to oppose the judge. Not in that county.
Right. And which this is why they moved. This is the new county that he's in. Do you want to give a recap for people that weren't here yesterday, Melissa? Or why don't you give a recap of what's going on in his case?
Charles is here, ain't he?
Yeah, Charles, if you want to go ahead and give it, that's fine. I just figured you knew the ins and outs of the legal stuff. So, but yeah, Charles, if you want to give a recap, go for it, man. People can hear what you got to say.
Okay, well, it was just like, my auntie was getting sick and she wanted, my daughter, she gave me my daughter phone. I seen what my daughter was doing. She wanted me to come get my daughter because she couldn't do nothing with her. So my wife did it 3 years ago. She appealed to court. She did a petition to court, and the judge just gave her all 3 kids. But my name wasn't on the petition. My name was on. I was sitting in there in court with her, but my name was on the petition. So when I got ready to do it, they said, "Well, the clerk said y'all married. Won't both of y'all come down here and do it?" So when I'm thinking, okay, well, he gave my wife the other 3. I said, well, I'll go down there because my auntie wanted me to do it the right way. She said she didn't want my daughter going in Department of Children's Service. She said, do it the right way. So I filed it, thinking the same thing was going to happen to me. Since we had 4 at home, I'm thinking he was going to send my daughter home. But,
I'll find him.
What's that?
No, go ahead. You're good. So this all basically boils down to the fact your wife went by herself. She got 3 of your kids back. Your auntie gets sick. Then they go ahead and try to, they make it so that you go to get the children back, which rightfully so, legally. You go try and get them back. And the judge says, hell no. Let's do a drug test. Now, did they do a drug test to you right on the spot?
No, he did everybody else in the courtroom. He made us go and pay $185 to get a hair or nail policy. We went and done it, and it's back.
So the judge ordered a hair follicle?
Yeah, he ordered us a hair follicle. Like I say, he was giving everybody else urine tests, but he made us. Yeah.
Hey, Melissa, I don't know if I'm right in saying this about Alabama, but I'm almost sure that I am. A judge cannot order a hair follicle test.
No, a judge. So actually,
by working around.
Hey, Darren, just to clarify that for you, a judge cannot order any drug test anywhere because that is him practicing law. And when he agrees to set bench in 90% of the states, excluding Maine, they give up their regular practice law license.
Right. So that's considered.
So it actually would have to be the recommendation of the department or some other party involved, and the judge can only grant the order.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I just knew that for a fact that they couldn't order a hair follicle test, and people should take note of this. Caseworkers are not allowed to order hair follicle tests either. They're only allowed to order urines. The way they're getting around this is the guardian ad litems are now recommending these things, and this is how they're getting them into these things. I mean, we know hair follicle tests aren't as accurate as what they say, but what I was going to get at is they ordered him to get the hair follicle test or whatever the screen was, and he's got to pay for it. Is that right?
Yeah, because it was prior to the CPS removal. The judge ordered his wife to take a drug because the daughter was already being brought to the court because she was using drugs in school, and the judge was trying to verify that this wasn't a habit picked up from the home life. I see. So again, the judge was trying to lay the blame on the parents.
Right, so here we go again. Was that judge was using his past against him and the present with the kid in school and such, but that judge having knowledge.
Actually, no. Charles has never had a drug history.
Well, if you watched yesterday's show, you would beg to differ. Herbert, you want to explain to Melissa what we heard yesterday?
He went to jail over drugs,
Charles,
but it was dealing, not using.
Melissa's still talking. Did you say Charles was dealing?
Yes, you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Charles.
Okay, yeah, that's what they got me out.
Okay, so that also answers for why the crooked cop was trying to turn you CI.
Yeah.
See, the crooked cop was trying to turn you CI because he knows you could deal.
No, I was driving truck. That's what he wanted me to set up people that was dealing, and I wouldn't do it, so he set me up, and they like I was dealing. I was driving. I was on the road. I wasn't selling. I couldn't be selling. I was on the road driving truck. He pulled me over one late night.
Yeah, but this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
what they
when
got
he pulled
me
you
on.
over one late night. Yeah. But they pulled you over late night, and that was in your state, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, in my town, a little small trend. And he pulled me over in 2003. Okay. And I let the police search me. He had me at the back of the car asking me questions about drug dealing. And the other police said my car was clean. He walked up there and lied and played like he found something, pulled out a blue bottle. I went and told the mayor, went and told the chief of police. 2 years later, 05, me and her was finna go over the road, and I pulled up to the gas station. Since I didn't do that for him in 2003, he pulled up on me at the gas station in 2005. And that's how all that went down. That's how they ended up, he came back. Yeah, he ended up charging me some, saying it again. And who in this town, who you think they're gonna believe? Me or dirty police? I mean,
did the dirty police charge you with anything?
Yeah, they charged me with drugs, with crack cocaine.
Okay, so he charged you with that, and after that, he tried to get you to turn CI.
No. He tried to do that He did that in 2003. That's why he pulled up on me at the gas station. 2 years later, he seen me pumping gas and he pulled up and my car was off. He played like it was something wrong with my light just to go in my pocket. And I knew what he did to me in that alley in 2003, and I refused to let him go in my pocket. That's how all that got done, was taken.
And what year was it that you went to the party where people were doing drugs and you left the party?
Okay, that was 2003. He seen me, when they threw a barbecue, we went over their house and he used to ride through with that red Corvette. And he seen my car there and I stayed right around the corner. So one night we went to New York City and I had to load to do the next day, and I went to get my other kid's mother some clothes, and we come back, and when we got almost to the house, 2 police blocked the street off. That was in 2003. And that's when he wanted me to see. That's when I let the police search my car. He had me at the back of the car talking about some drug dealers. And I told him, I wasn't trying to get involved. 2 years later.
And go ahead.
Now, when 2 years later, 2005, he seen me, my wife now that I was with, we was pumping gas finna go to Dresden and start this new job in the truck. And he pulled up and wanted to go in my pocket, and I wouldn't let him. So we got into the stuff. But see, I knew what he did to me in 2003. I wasn't trusting.
Okay, and you were riding in a nice red Corvette.
No, he was riding in the Corvette. He come by when we was at the party in 2003. He come through with that red Corvette where he had took the car from somebody or some drug dealer. We had took the car from him. He riding around it. He used the seals over there barbecue. By him knowing that I knew that one late night in 2003, he pulled me over, and I let the officer search my car. He called me to the back and asked me about the guys I was over at the party with. And I wasn't. He took me down to the station and still tried to make me do it. And I told him when he let me go, I went and told the mayor and I went and told the chief of police. They never do nothing. I never seen the man no more. 2005, I pulled at the gas station. He pulled up on me. And that's how I ended up catching the charge in 2005.
And he pulled up on you in another unmarked vehicle?
No, he was in that old, one of them Crown Vic. Yeah, he had the Crown Vic then, yeah. And he was fired for drugs. So I don't even know how I ended up. I just went on. It's like they weren't going to let me go. So I went on and plead guilty. Yeah. They took 4 years to convict me. And it's like they weren't going to never let me go. They weren't going to never let me go. Even he was fired for drugs. He wasn't even on the force. He was off the force 2 years before I even accept the plea bargain. Yeah. So, he got fired for drugs, use of drugs.
So I'm gonna step aside because I want to look something up here real quick, Herbert. I'm gonna leave this.
Well, it sounds like
I want to look up about the judge ruling on him the criminal case and then coming back and against him in CPS, because I don't think it's biased. I think that this is wrong. I'm gonna see if I can't find something about this real quick. So I'm just gonna step to the side here. I'm still right here listening, but I need to go to this computer that I have right here.
So the judge that's doing my case now. He was with the crooked police. I was sitting back in the cell. He called that police. I guess the judge said he set my bond at a low price. I'm sitting in the cell listening. That crooked police hollered at that judge. Right there, I know they said my bond was $100,000. So this the same judge that set my bond at $100,000. He's the judge now over my kid. I done faced him before. I done faced him in other cases.
So Melissa, what can he do in this situation when the judge definitely doesn't want him to have his kid back?
Yeah, Melissa's out. She's not here. She must have dropped out on the call there.
Is Melissa there?
No, she fell out. Her phone. She must have lost service on her phone. I'm sure she'll be back here in a moment.
What we got to do is we got to get this judge. If he rules March 13th, our kids come home or not, we're going to petition the court, and we're going to appeal it, and we're going to go to Judge Peoples, which is he knows the code of conduct for judges and lawyers and all this around here. He's the one that gave our baby son to my husband several years ago before I had got off prescription medication when I couldn't get my son, us together. He got him. He told him, DCS said, well, he's been in jail, Your Honor. And he said, well, y'all got 30 days. We would have a state full of kids if people go to jail and we take their kids just because they've been in jail and incarcerated. So he said, y'all got 30 days. And so DCS couldn't come up nothing in 30 days, and our baby son come home in 2014. So they have no case. When we go to Claiborne Peoples, which is a circuit court judge, he's going to give us our kids. We just got to wait and prolong this, and then we'll take it to a federal case.
But that's not fair to you or your kids to have to wait.
It's not. It's not. I mean, we're going through so much more. Yeah, it's not. It's not fair to us, our kids. You know, our money situation, we're going through, they're wanting us to go pay child support.
What they did. Oh, let me tell you what they did today. Now, all we supposed to do is take a drug test, and my auntie died, right? I get a text from them now. Now, my daughter been coming, my auntie been giving my daughter every weekend. My daughter been staying, my auntie go on trip. My daughter been staying with me. We've been, she been coming over all the time. They gonna text me like they finna take me back to the Department of Civil Service again. Like I gave up my career to fight for my kids. I left the road to fight for my kids. They think they finna, control our life now. The judge just told us to take a drug test. Now they talking about, can't we, for y'all visitation, can't we meet out there at the Department? I told my uncle, if I want to come get my daughter, I'm going to come out there and get her. I ain't got to meet them at the Department of Children's Service for what? We haven't done anything wrong. They want us to meet out there just for our visitation. See, they done turned my auntie died to a case on us.
So where's your daughter at now?
She with my uncle. But they gonna text me today and say, well, you want the visitation, y'all got to meet we got to be supervised coming from turn auntie to a case on us. Like we done something. And I'm the one filed a petition to get my daughter because my daughter was doing drugs in school. My auntie, I seen what she was doing in her phone. She was sneaking out the house. I thought I was doing the right thing by trying to get my daughter. I'm the one had my daughter put in alcohol. We had our daughter put in alcohol and drugs over there in Humboldt, Tennessee. But the judge won't hear nothing. He don't want to hear what we saying. We got proof from the school that I called the school, for concern about our daughter. But he don't want to hear nothing we got to say. But he done turned this all around to me petition the court to we the bad people. We the one did something. We done something wrong. My auntie was begging him to send our child home, but he wouldn't do it.
And
we can always fight for.
And you're the one that submitted your daughter to CPS.
No. I called the school and I told the school, I said, I picked my daughter up Monday, and then I called the school Tuesday. I said, look, man, something going on. Somebody giving my daughter drugs. My daughter was messed up. My daughter, yeah. Yes, I thought she died. She had come over here and she was messed up that Monday. She had told my auntie I won't spank her. I had told my auntie I don't like to spank her. But when I seen her high that Monday, I spanked her butt. But she didn't get high no more. She got caught Thursday, that same Thursday, after me and the principal talked. And she was going to work with him. We were going to work together. She was going to have a counselor come to school, watching her doing counsel with her like I had it doing in Humboldt. And we were going to work together. Before then, she got caught. They threw a search on her and they found a weed pen on her. That's how DC, that's why they threw a quick court. But as soon as my auntie died, the first thing DCS did was start calling people around my family trying to place my daughter. They weren't even looking at us at all. They weren't even looking. They already knew we had 4 boys or 4 of her siblings at home. They weren't even looking at us. They was already, when they found out my auntie passed away, they were already looking for people who wanted our daughter. So I mean, it's just hard. I don't know what we supposed to do. I mean, you can fight up against a judge that all this started because I filed a petition. No, I filed a petition to bring our daughter home, but it turned into we the bad people. She got turned into the Department of Children's Service. The judge even said in the courtroom, if the Department of Children's Service want to send her home, they can send her home. But see, they want to control. They know they got a judge under their wing. They finna prolong all this. They try to prolong it out.
Does your daughter want to come home?
No, she don't want to come home because she don't want to be disciplined. She gonna keep on. She told my wife, she like how that we make her feel. She know if she come home, she gonna be disciplined.
Okay,
that's what she running from.
So your daughter probably talked to CPS and said to them, "My daddy spanks me, and he did this and he did that, and that's why I don't want to be with him."
Well, no, that ain't she. How did I spank her? She just not coming. I spanked her the day she came there Monday. Yeah, she was high. They said DCS said we can spank our kids, just don't beat them.
No, I understand that, but you got to understand. Melissa, am I right? Don't they talk to the children?
Yes.
Melissa's still not here, Herbert. We don't have
so if
Melissa.
they talk to.
But the children shouldn't be able to go anywhere they want to, because see, the reason she don't want to come here is because she want to keep smoking.
Right. She wants to go where she can be, that she can do whatever she wants without supervision, without listening. And this is it. You're a real father, a real mom trying to stand up and say, no, we're not tolerating this. This isn't going to go down like this. We're not going to have this. You're coming home, and that's it. And this problem is the interference from our states and DHS and everything else, allowing these kids to make the decisions. And the way that they're doing this, they're getting away. It's just like allowing these kids to run away from their parents so that they can go get those sex changes. They don't even have to tell their parents. They can run to another state that allows it, and then they can get everything done in that other state. It's the same thing. They're letting these kids think that they have the power against their parents. Also, DHS can rule them with the fist. What they don't realize is DHS is doing this so that they can get control of these kids, so that they can traffic these kids. That's what's going on here. They're being the good parent in all of these situations. And as soon as DHS can get their grasp on them, they got funding like the MF coming through there, and that's all they care about. They don't care about discipline, care about good kids. All they care about is getting a paycheck, and that's it.
Yeah. And Mr. Hubert, this is another thing. She the same age my other daughter, the same judge in here now. She the same age my other daughter was. The judge sent her away at 14. She sent her to the roughest school in Round My County. She had to fight every day, sent her away. At 17, when the DCS was through using her up, 17, guess who ended up? Guess the same judge that sent her away when she was 14, he gave me custody of her when she was 17.
Right.
Wow. And yeah, she was pregnant. When she got back, she was pregnant. He sent her back when she was 17. She graduated in May. She was turning 18 in July. But you sent her away and ruined her life at 14.
Needed some real supervision. That's what you're saying here. Clearly, your daughter needs a firm fist to get her right on the back on track.
Yes, and that's what we was finna do. That's what I was doing. Because she real scared of me. I mean, that's why she real scared of me. But I don't want to spank her. But I want her to do right. I wouldn't have to spank her.
What I'm thinking is that your daughter talking to CPS.
But I don't care. My daughter don't make that right. That's my child. That's our child, and we trying to keep on right.
No, I know what you're saying, but the CPS is going to talk to the daughter.
Right.
Yes, but this happened afterward.
Yeah.
They just put her in there February the 5th. We was she's supposed to came home, but my auntie passed away. We went to court January the 10th. When we went to court with my wife, the 3 kids came home. No drug tests or nothing. That's what I thought was going to happen to me. They taking up prolonging all this to use our daughter for money purpose. They've been doing it for 20 years. I've been dealing with these folks for 20 years. They use them kids, try to use money. And furthermore, my daughter, before I went to prison, before I went to do my time, they didn't take our kids for drugs. They took our kids because we both got incarcerated. That's why they took the kids. Brenda ain't never been taking custody of drugs.
So was both you and your wife incarcerated at the same time?
They were looking for me, and when they pulled us over, they took her in, but she got out.
Rehab.
Yeah, she got out and got to rehab. She went to rehab. I went to do my time that I agreed to, and the judge gave me 30 days to place my kid. So when I placed my kid with they didn't ever. DCS, that's how they got them back. When I went to do time, because I had custody of the 3 boys, and she had custody of our daughter. And once we got locked up, 2 days later, DCS jumped in and gave my family guardianship. And they said the judge that we had before, my auntie that passed away, she told me that the judge told DCS, why are y'all doing that man like that? Why is he in prison? So did. My auntie told me that. And they've been doing this for 20 years. They try to make us give up our rights. And when we wouldn't do it, and they just go and do anything. They lies on you. They just, that's what they've been doing.
I see.
Yeah, they just lies on you. I mean, they said, like I told you, they said I was full of cocaine and about, when I would get my little bitty boy back, when I would get my baby boy back, they said I was full of cocaine. Where is my little boy at now? He back there, been here 7 years. They lied. They get in front of judges like this judge, and they can lie for him. They can lie. And what can we do?
Yeah.
Not much.
No, my daughter just started talking to CPS because she want to keep getting high. She don't want to come be disciplined. She want to keep getting high. That's why she talking to him. She knowing them foster parents ain't, my uncle there ain't gonna put, spank her. She knows she can still get high. She even told her mom she like how it make her feel.
So if she knows she knows if she with you, she's not gonna get high. She must have been getting high with your aunt.
Yeah, that's why my aunt told me to come get her. She ain't just only was getting high. She had naked pictures in the phone. I kept her phone for 2 days. And then she was sneaking out the window. That's why my auntie told me to go file a petition. She was almost 80 years old. She said she's getting out of hand. I can't do nothing with her. Yeah, that ain't all. She wasn't just smoking weed. She was smoking cigarettes. I looked at her phone for 2 nights straight. Me and privacy and everything in there. She pulling her privacy up and everything. Yeah. That's why I was to get my daughter. I can't tell the judge that. The judge don't want to hear this. I even went to the school, going off on the school because my daughter was high in school, when I picked up that Monday. Wow. I mean, the judge is like, everything that I got, that we're trying to get our daughter, he won't look at it. We don't even get to talk in the courtroom. He asked us if we want to have a hearing. They asked my wife put on the stand, answer 3 questions. It wasn't nothing about drugs.
Right.
But and then that was it. Court was over. I said, I'm going to stick
into that courtroom against you and use that against you. That's not right.
Yeah, that's what it is. Cause see, I'm saying it's got to be me because you gave the mother 3 kids. My mother passed. She had guardianship, but they let me kept Charles Jr. for 3 years, and then turned around and gave him to the mother that was on crack. I don't think he gave her. He gave my son to her. And he went up there and never even completed 11th grade. He came back homeless, and I had to bring him. When he came back, he had a baby and a girlfriend. Only way I got him to graduate, I let them stay here with him. See, the judge took 2 of my kids away and ruined their life. That's why I'm trying to get my daughter, because he's going to send her away at 14. Yep, she's going to do something because they is not going to listen to foster care parents. I know it. They is not going to listen to them like their own parents.
I see.
That's just insane.
The judge is really against us. He really against us. I mean, I'm talking about, like I said, he won 2 of my kids' life. He sent Junior when he was 15.
I think this is a very clear case that this judge is absolutely biased towards you for multiple reasons. It's not just 1. It's not just 2. It's not even just 3. There's a ton of reasons why he's sitting on this case. I don't think that I think you guys are absolutely right. You will not get your children back as long as this judge is sitting in that courtroom.
You're right. I mean, we ain't even got to say a word. We ain't got to say a word in that court. Every time, if he asks us something, and if I say something, he just put his head down and he don't even pay us no attention. I mean, when that lady got up, the CPS lady got up and lied on my auntie, said my auntie changed her mind about letting my daughter come. And we tried to say something. Oh, y'all making a mountain. Because she just lied. My auntie been begging us to come get our daughter. Because she didn't want her to get out here, sneak out that window, go somewhere and get killed. But see, we don't get to tell the judge that. He won't let us say a word in the court. We haven't got to say nothing in the courtroom. She begged him in January the 10th. She died January 19th. January 10th, she begged him. Okay, if my brother want to fight me, just send our daughter home. Then let us fight my brother. No, he didn't send neither one of them home. He just reset it for the 28th. Then start getting mad at us about a drug test.
Yeah, I mean, hell, let your brother keep the money. You want to save your daughter's life. That's what's more important to you.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know why he didn't send my daughter. Don't send my daughter home.
Get your daughter home so she's not dead or pregnant with more kids or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Your daughter's life is more important to you than the dollar, and that's clear. You just want her to get home. You want her to be safe.
Yeah.
You want her to have a good life ahead of her. And there's nothing
Yes,
wrong with it.
yes.
If you were the parents,
That's
CPS is ruining.
And that's what I told her. I told her, she asked my auntie, why is dad is so hard on me and not hard on the boy? I told her, I said, you can bring a baby home, but the boy get out there and get a child. That parents got to worry about that child. But the boys, but another thing, the boys ain't doing anything. It's her. She said she like how I make her feel. But yeah, she was doing all this with my auntie. That's why my auntie, she was begging my auntie not to let her go. My auntie says one day she came home, I was finna go get it in, but her son was there. So she came home and she couldn't even stand up. So she was so high. So that's when I got on to the school about this.
And what did she
That's how I know that.
What is she using for drugs?
There's some kind of weed pen. That's what they found on her weed pen. Yeah, she been smoking regular weed too. Cause every time she gets some of my auntie said she gave her $100, and she played like she lost some money. She don't know what happened to the money. See, her window is tore up. Her window where she been sneaking out the window. Somebody been sneaking something through her window at my auntie. But she can't do that here. She know I don't play that. That's why she trying to run.
Yep, that's exactly it. Now see,
Well, I'm not trying to.
So again,
ending you for this.
Where is your daughter now? She's with who?
She with my uncle. And he trying to send her. He told me, he said, just be cool in court. He said, he trying to send her. He said, you supposed to have your child. That's what he's a preacher. My uncle's a preacher. He said, he trying to send her. He said, y'all supposed to get your child.
How was your daughter doing with him in terms of getting high?
I don't know. We don't know. I told you, BCS coming up with this meeting, talking about meeting here. I'm not finna do this no more. I did this 20 years ago. I did parents. We grandparents.
I know, don't you talk to your uncle? Don't you talk to your uncle to find out how she's doing?
He said she doing good. He said, and he told DCS, she doing good, and it started with the parents. The parents the one got to really be behaving. He actually trying to tell the Department of Justice, let my nephew and my niece have that child. He's a pastor, and he ain't in it for the money. He used to be a truck driver, and he still drives truck. He drive, just drive the gas truck for a co-op. So he don't need the money. He don't need that money. He's a pastor. He know they doing wrong, and he don't want to be involved in it because they doing wrong. But his girlfriend, his baby mama that he got back with, she the one, so she want the money. She the one want the money, but he trying to send my daughter home. Cause I'm his nephew. He know
So your uncle's girlfriend wants the money.
Yeah, she wants the money. My uncle got plenty of money. He drove truck. He the one got influenced us to get out there and drive. He know what I'm saying? He the one got us to drive. He ended up shooting somebody a while back in self-defense, and he became a pastor. He changed his life, and he don't want to do wrong.
So since he drives, he's not home all the time, and your daughter's mostly with his wife.
He doesn't drive anymore. He's a pastor.
Oh, doesn't drive anymore.
Yeah, no, he's local. Okay. He just, when the farmers need fuel, he takes the fuel to. He get home every day. It's like I think he works 8
so
10 hours.
He works 8 hours. He works 8 hours a day. 10 hours a day.
He just drives the gas truck, take them to the farmers.
Right.
Yeah, but he's out 5 days a week.
Yeah. But he get home every night. Yeah, it's like 8 to 10 hours. He works about 8, 9, 10 hours a day.
Right. Every 8, 9, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then your daughter is with his wife.
When she get out of school, yes. Until about 4 or 5 o'clock, and then he come home.
Okay. So do we know whether your daughter's still doing drugs?
We don't. I mean, like I said, we haven't seen it. The ECS been to start this whole visitation and all that. I'm not going through all that. I done done that.
The CPS isn't even concerned about her drug use, correct?
No, they ain't studying. They ain't studying what you're doing. They want to get money out of them. They don't give how it ruin her life. They don't care. As long as they can get a big check from her and keep us from going after my son with my brother, because they know if my daughter come home The judge, and we got 5 of our kids. Me and my wife got 6 years left. Well, 5 of them on age. If he let my daughter come on, ain't no problem why my son shouldn't come on. And that's what DCS really trying to help. That little Popeye girl gonna jump up in the courtroom and lie on my auntie about she changed her mind. They want my brother to keep my son. That's why DCS really jumping in.
They will still draw a check from that. If you guys get her back, their funding stops.
Yep, their funding. Yep, and they know they got a judge that don't like me. They've been every time I've been in front of that judge since he been a juvenile. I've been in front of that judge 3 or 4 times, and I'd have lost every time. I'd have lost every time. Every time. I don't care if I'm in the right. They took my other daughter, and said I went to prison for a rape charge. And the judge still sent my daughter away. And I ain't even been to no prison. I ain't got no counter. I went to prison for a dope charge. I ain't never been to no prison. Ain't got no sex. I'm not no sex offender or nothing like that. The judge still gave my.
So Melissa, we should just wait till March the 13th to see what happens.
We have no Melissa.
Melissa?
We do not have Melissa Herbert. She's gone.
You said that the last time and she popped in.
No, she hasn't been here. She's not here.
Yeah, her phone gonna pick up good.
Charles' wife stepped in, not Melissa.
I mean,
that was I thought that was Melissa. Okay.
No, that was my wife. That was my wife. But I'm gonna tell you,
okay.
I'm been the 13. I'm gonna tell you, I know what he's gonna say. He's gonna let DCS people. I already know.
What are they expecting? So on the 13th, when you go there, what are they expecting that you are supposed to have done? What are they expecting? What are they expecting?
Only thing I know we supposed to have done is a drug test. That's all. Okay. That's all he told us. To get a drug test, a haircut. We already gave him a copy.
So in your mind, you and your wife's mind, the only thing you should be going there for is to show them the results of the drug test, to show that you're not on drugs, and they should be giving you your daughter to come home.
Right. But DCS made up all kinds of plans, like they know the judge gonna rule, let us stay there with them because they already talking about visitation. I'm not going there. I can go get my daughter like I was doing with my auntie. Yeah, I'm not. Y'all making us look like we the drug using, giving her drugs and all that. You know what I'm saying? They trying to turn it around because the drug placed in state custody.
Right.
You know, like I said, he didn't place my son. And my mother passed away when he was 15, but he took $300 from me. I was the father, long as I'm paying the court $300. But they didn't say dependent neglect then. And my mother had guardian. He don't want to hear the truth. That's why we trying to get it to the next judge, because that's the judge. You know how you catch a charge and you go through the city judge first, then it will bound it over to the judge. And this the judge I took the 6 years from. He the one helped me get my got the baby boy back, because he wasn't going with that old stuff. They even tried to get him to terminate my rights when they ain't had me in jail, and he wouldn't do it. That's why I want Melissa to get me over there to circuit court, because that judge, he's a family judge. He ain't gonna go. My auntie passing away to take my child. They got to come up with these. Last time they said he was incarcerated. Lower court they said I was full of cocaine. When I appealed it and got in his court, I was incarcerated when he went off on me. So y'all got 30 days to give me a terminate that. We went back when they kicked it back down to the court. When I got ready to walk in the courtroom, the DA for the state met me and said, your son going home with you today, and we're gonna do a 90-day and he been here 7 years. That's why I want to get
Well, I think that this thing is a blatant case of racism. I think that this is, we lost it. There we go. We got Charles back there. We'll bring Charles back, but we're going to wrap this up with Charles too. Charles, unless you got something else to say, my man, I think that, we'll wrap this one up with you. I mean, this is just, I want to have you back though for the 13th. When you go to your hearing, I want to hear what they have to say, because this is just clearly racism. This is bias. This is just disgusting demonstration of power, how power is mishandled by our government and the people involved in it. Hey,
Yes.
Noodles, how are you, buddy? Good evening to you. This is just a blatant disrespect for the people of the United States, and you and your wife as parents and as a couple. This is disgusting, and I think more needs to be done to this judge to vilify him so that he can't do this to anybody else.
Yes, sir.
Herbert, you got any last words for Charles here?
No, I don't have any other questions except, hey Charles,
Yeah.
are you aware of the fact that you don't have to put the phone to your ear because you have a camera? We can see you if you
Okay. Okay.
and then you can see us.
Yeah, but I can't hardly hear that good though.
Oh,
Can you turn up your speaker on your phone?
It's all the way up.
all the way up. Well, that's all right.
Okay.
Well, Charles, you're going to be back here on the 13th, right? We want to hear from you. Let's plan on that day on the 13th, you being here, if
Yeah.
that's fine with you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
All right.
for sure.
And if
I'm gonna
anything
call my
changes,
list to that.
and if anything changes, we get any more updates on your case, why don't you call Melissa? You know how to get a hold of us and let us know what's going on so we can report to the people what's going on, because this judge needs to be fried, man. This judge needs to be vilified, needs to be out of that courtroom, because this is disgusting what he's doing. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to your wife. It's absolute disgust.
I know, and we shouldn't have to go to the next level to the circuit court just to get our child. I mean, DC ain't doing nothing.
No. Well, good luck on the 13th, Charles. We'll talk to you.
All right, I'll for sure let y'all know what happened.
All right, thank you, Charles. Thank you to your wife too. She's beautiful. Thank you so much.
All right, thank y'all.
Okay, take care now.
All right.
I mean, Herbert, that's just asinine. That judge is disgusting. He's despicable, and he needs to get the hell off of a bench, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, this is right, the way that he's handling this case, the way that he treats them, the way that these kids are being punished for what this judge is doing. This is just disgusting. And I know it happens all the time, but I mean, what did you run into this in the courtroom talking when you were in and out of courtrooms?
We haven't had nothing like that in Maricopa that I know of.
Right. But
I'm just trying to say, there's a lot involved here with Charles. He has other children. They never messed with his other children.
Right.
Okay. I understand that the wife did some time. I understand that he did a little time. I understand that the daughter is all whacked out on drugs. It's just a whole big mess.
Yeah. But
what we do
know is that Charles is a good dad, and he wants to get his daughter home so that he can get her right.
Here's what I believe should happen. Here's what I believe should happen is what you said, and that is all of this should be heard by a fresh ear judge, by a brand new judge.
Yep.
That's what I really believe.
Yep. He needs to be recused and moved along. And I'll tell you, Melissa's a pit bull. She'll get at that judge. You know that. I just hope that she chooses to go that route with him, because I think it's a very viable route. And it's unfortunate, but they will never get their kids back if this judge remains in the throne with this.
No, they gotta be with another judge.
Yep. No. Absolutely crazy. Well, Herbert, we've reached our limit. You got any last words for everybody?
No, just tell everybody be safe, keep their head on a swivel, and watch the 6. Make sure they don't have anybody coming up on behind them.
That's right. All right, Herbert, you have a good night, my man.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Well, you heard it. You heard Charles' case. You heard that this judge was biased. This judge, I've said it plenty of times. I don't need to keep repeating myself. Listen, you have the right to ask for a recusal of your judge. If your judge is in any way seem like they're going to taint the case, or his decision is tainted. Now, they say that they're supposed to be able to keep a neutral mindset when they're ruling on you, but I don't see how that's possible. I think that's a bunch of malarkey. And clearly, like with Charles, they can prove that this judge isn't going to be able to be neutral because he's ruled on them so many times. So if you have a judge that is in your case that you think is not going to be able to go fairly, make sure you tell your attorney, make sure you do whatever you got to do to get this judge out of there, because it's awful hard to win against a tainted judge. I mean, that just doesn't take rocket science. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out. So always be wary of about the people that any of those things. It's not fair. All right. So hey, keep CPS out of your house. Do something nice for somebody next door. But just keep CPS out of your life. I'm the CPS Punisher, and I'm out of here.